All right, so in this video, I want to talk a bit about the potential appearance of Zashiki-warashi in Mengzhou. Zashiki-warashi was previously mentioned during the Star Quest with Luke. I believe it was in 3.1 or 3.2. And the reason why I believe that Zashiki-warashi might make an appearance in Mengzhou is because in one of the event that's currently ongoing right now, that's currently live, the Lament Records event, there's the item named Crimson Butterfly. Now, in Crimson Butterfly, the description says a crimson butterfly in legends, it is a symbol of disaster. Those lunatics in red only show up, whatever, blah, 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 right? So it is a symbol of disaster, basically meaning an omen. And we've seen that there's a new fractidus, unnamed fractidus overseer that's in Mengzhou right now. That's, I believe, in a coalition with the main villain in 3.5, the first story chapter of Mengzhou. I believe his name Muyu. And we've kind of like speculated. I mean, not we've like Rover and Yang Yang kind of like speculated that it might be Perlova, but Rover said no, it's not likely that it's Perlova. Yang Yang asked Rover whether it's Perlova or not, and Rover just said probably not. So by those assumption, right? Going by those information, it is the potential is very high that it is not Frolova, and if it's not Frolova, then who is it? And why I believe that that Fructus overseer might be Zashiki-warashi. So when we talk about Zashiki-warashi, Zashiki-warashi is actually an omen in Japanese culture, I believe. It's a yokai that's an omen. That basically, if you meet a Zashiki-warashi, it means something good will happen to you. So yeah, basically, Zashiki-warashi is kind of like a yokai, a spirit that you're not supposed to mention to anyone if you ever met one, and then you're just supposed to quietly accept, and that it'll bring good omen to you. But in this event, there's this item, Crimson Butterfly, that is basically an omen as well, but it's not a symbol of good fortune. It doesn't bring you any good fortune, but it is a symbol of disaster. So we've seen Wuthering Waves kind of like subverts the supposed meaning of their references. For example, with Shin, the current Mengzhou Sentinel Mengzhou Sentinel. She's basically a moon fox. Now, and the in the legend, it's there's no moon fox. The thing that associates with moon is rabbit. There's a rabbit moon, moon rabbit. Sorry, fox is usually, not usually like fox is the sun. The sun is the fox, and moon is the rabbit. So, with Shin being a moon fox, I think there's a bit of potential here that this butterfly, right? It's supposed to be like a symbol of good fortune, but it becomes a symbol of disaster. Now, we've talked about the Zashiki-warashi side. Now, let's talk about the crimson butterfly side, which I think is quite relevant into determining what is Zashiki-warashi doing in Mengzhou. Like, essentially, what is she doing there? Like, why is she there in the first place? Like, she was supposed to be in Ashinohara. Last time we talked about her with Luke, I think. And so, what's she doing with in Mengzhou? So, crimson butterfly um, in Taoist culture, I believe, is supposed to mean, or not crimson butterfly, like just butterfly in general, is to kind of like a symbol to life, all right? We've seen this in, I guess, the pop culture example is the photo frame to Crimson Butterfly, actually the same name. So, butterfly, if if a butterfly comes to your house, goes inside her house, it means that there's actually someone that you want to see. Okay, basically, right? I'm not too sure about this. I'm not too knowledgeable about this, but the butterfly might mean that um, Zashiki-warashi is actually um, okay. Let's just get this out of the way. I think Zashiki-warashi is trying to bring someone back to life in Mengzhou by by making a coalition with Muyu with auto puppets, right? So they're trying to bring someone back to life through the auto puppets. Now, how is she knowledgeable about, the auto puppets in the first place? Like, she was giving advice to Muyu, someone who has lived for 200 years, someone with a lot of experience. She was giving advice, and Muyu actually, it's kind of like accepted the advice. Now, this was in the notes, in the written notes, and the quest. Like, you have to go out of your way to read it. I read it. Very nice. Anyway, so yeah, someone who is highly knowledgeable about auto puppets or breathing soul into a medium, right? Because she's been trying as well to potentially revive her lost one. Now it's confirmed to be a her. Not I'm not entirely sure it's confirmed, but in game, they mentioned the new unnamed fractidus overseer with her, so it might be a girl. So there's also a high potential that the Zashiki-warashi is actually a twin, and like a butterfly with its two identical wings. One of the wings is lost, so you know, she's trying to bring back the other wings, kind of like made herself whole in that sense. So it might not be a twin; it might be a part of herself that she lost. It might be a twin. It might be a significant other. You know, all that jazz. So yeah, based on these informations, that there's an item named Crimson Butterfly in the event, and the recently mentioned Zashiki-warashi in Lahairoi, and the fact that there is an unnamed Fractidus Overseer in Mengzhou right now, I think I think it's highly likely that at least Zashiki-warashi will make an appearance. And the reason why she made her appearance is because she wants to revive her loved ones, might be part of herself, through the auto puppets. Now, how will she interact with Rover? I'm not entirely sure. That's still in the air. But with all this information, I think it's pretty likely that we'll see Zashiki-warashi. Not to mention that we've seen Miko from Ashinohara as well. So there's a potential that Mingzhou story will be quite linked with either Ashinohara or Neo Veneration. And you know, we might be going to Ashinohara after Mingzhou or Neo Veneration. Who knows? Alright, so that's it for the video. This is just all a speculation. It's just all the theory. It's all still in the air. But based on the current available information, just from the fact that this Crimson Butterfly item in the event is actually extremely good. It's basically OP. You want to have this in late game. So yeah, just by the proxy that this item is broken, um, I'm inclined to believe that someone with Crimson Butterfly is going to make an appearance in Mingzhou. Well, that might be a stretch. But if you look at all the other items, the lore usually is not relevant. It's just like some junk scavenged from the ruins. Almost all of the items are like that. Most of the item that actually has lore in them is actually just like this purple candy, right? This purple candy says, it's basically Luke's candy, and it has lore in it. And there's also like another Luke's candy, like purple candy, green candy, blue candy. There's also Scar's weapon, like Scar's card. It also has some lore in it. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed your time. Thanks for watching and see you next time.